Trek noises of dread. Wow, wow, wow. It is the Jessie of the gender. Hello. Spooky, scary skeleton. Oh, you sent a DM. Aeronaut, you sent a DM. We'll check your DM. Is everything good? 1 second, Aeronaut. I'll just answer you live. Aeronaut, you're welcome to come on. I wanted to focus on the game. I know when you come on, I get really distracted and can't focus on the story at all. And that's my major problem. That's not a negative of you. It's just like I know I cannot focus when you're here because I adore your conversation too much. Yeah, come on. You can come on. All right, everyone. Now I need to redo my entire thing. 1 second. All right, I'm gonna pop on so you can actually hear me, everybody. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm wearing my Star Trek Prodigy uniform here. Take a look. I like this. I like this uniform. It highlights my boobs well. Like, it's probably the best, like, Starfleet uniform that I own. That, like, weirdly, of course, the uniform from the kid show is the one that, like, highlights my body in the best way. I'm like, that feels appropriate, right? Right? I hope everyone's doing well. Let me, I'm gonna bring on Aeronaut, because Aeronaut is free, and I would love to hang out with Aeronaut with all of y'alls. Let's see. I'm gonna quick set this up. But how is everyone doing today? Joel, it's good to see you. John, David, Miranda, Lewis, who else is here? Homo Solari, Rowan. Let's see, Miranda, I think I already said hi to. B. Parker. I hope everyone's doing well today. I just gotta quick set this up so that I can get Aeronaut on really quickly. So give me the hottest of seconds. And you know it's a hot second because I am here. Is that gonna do it? Am I just screwing things up? What's happening? Is this gonna let me do this, or is this gonna be weird? You're gonna be weird? You're gonna be weird, OBS, aren't you? Sorry, everyone. Video capture device 3. Okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna quick go to this. Video capture device. Let's see. Ah! That's not correct. I shouldn't be there. Alright. Hey, Mighty Jin Jojo. Alright, there we go. Let me put myself down here. And then I can get Aeronaut on. Aeronaut, if you're listening, jump in Discord so that I can have your wonderful face in the stream. Where are you? Where are you? I'm just going to call you Aeronaut. I'm just calling you now. There you are. Alright, let me get your face on here. Sorry, I'm just getting everything set up. Yeah, of course you called me when I set everything up. Alright. Now take your time. I'm gonna quick get it. Alright, now that I think I'm all set up. Everyone sounds good. Let me know on levels, everybody. If I need to adjust anything. Or anything like that. So, Aeronaut should be good. Game audio should be good. I might need to be a little bit louder. There we go. Alrighty, now that we're all set. Hello, everybody. Oh, you're Aeronaut. Why are you on that side now? Get over on... Get it. There we go. That's so weird. Anyways, hello. Let me say hi to everybody, and then I'll say hi to you, my friend. Hello. So, okay. I had to reconfigure my brain because I got all set and then your Aeronaut wanted to come on, so now my brain's all good. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Before we get started, I just want to let everyone know I'm going to be playing Star Trek Resurgence today. I am going to try and do a test starting next week. Just to let everyone know, I'm going to start streaming on my secondary channel and not my main channel. I'll announce this on the other channel. The reason being, I have noticed this weird thing, and it's something I've been talking about. I don't think it has anything to do with, like, me. But I've noticed it for the past, like, year and change that every time I live stream, I lose subscribers, which is weird. I don't know why. Like, I had a dip in my subscribers. It happens, like, before the live stream even goes live. So it's like, I don't think it's anyone's like, Jesse's, like, listening to my voice and is like, Jesse, we hate you and you're the worst. Now you want to unsubscribe from the things that you said while live. It's like, literally, I kid you not, I announced my live stream, like, 30 minutes ago right now, and I've lost 10 subscribers. And it's really weird. I don't know why that's the case. People from it. And that's too, and also too, probably, like, live streams don't bring in new folks. It's always just like, it's for the people, it's for the community. It's up for all of you lovely people. It might just be I'm an awful person and people just hate my voice. Yeah. Oh. Why are you muted to... No, they should hear you. Oh, no. One second. Let me figure out why you're not coming through. Why am I not hearing you? That's weird. Say something for me? Sorry you all can't hear Aeronock. One second. I don't know why. It shouldn't be... You should be able to hear you. Why is that not coming through? Properties...
Can they hear me yet?
Ah,
I'm just gonna keep talking. I'll just keep talking.
There we go. now can you hear? All of you can now all of you hear Aeronock? Say something again.
Hello.
Okay, I think now we hear her. There we go. Okay. Yeah, sorry, you were saying about so we were talking about like why people hate me because they unsubscribe.
So my guess is that no one is actually actively unsubscribing, or if they are, it's a pretty minimal number. My guess is that when you have to deal with processing power stuff and you want to do database clearing and things, why would you bother running it all the time if that would be very expensive to do when you can just run it when it's relevant?
Yeah,
so, for example, anytime something goes live, whether it's a video or a live stream or whatever, they probably, they're sending the notification out to subscribers, and what they probably do is their obnoxious system for scrubbing inactive subscribers activates them.
Gotcha. And then that's probably what that does. But
it's offset on new video releases because new video releases tend to bring in subscribers.
Whereas live streams don't, because live streams are about hanging out with your community that's already there.
Yeah. So my guess is that you're not actually losing subscribers. YouTube is pruning.
We're losing the lame people. The lame folks is what's happening. you all here are amazing. Ooh, I did see that, Marg, that Trump got indicted. Hell yes. We won't go super into politics here other than what's in this game, which, by the way, Aeronock, you weren't here when I played this game last time. This game goes super hard. It is quite literally about seizing the means of production. And it's very good. So far it's very good. I could see it going the Star Trek, there's problems on both sides by the end of it, but right now the textual story of this game is there's a worker class and an upper class, and the worker class sees the mines that they were being forced to toil in, and now Starfleet, which has been using these people for its resources, has to come in and try to be do we side with the aristocrats who can give us more resources, or the working class who are hey, give us more rights? And my character, who is the first officer, is hey, we should give them more rights. And Spock and the Federation people are say what? So I'm this is actually saying some interesting things about class in this game that I really like. Aw, Lewis, your voice is lovely, even though I haven't heard it. But I love your voice. The way I imagine your voice is wonderful. Oh, yes. Star Trek, I saw that they announced a new Star Trek game at Star Trek Summer Game Fest.
Yes, they did. Star Trek Infinity?
Yeah.
And that's... The extent of the information is... It's Star Trek.
And there are Borg.
There are Borg, and it looks like Picard is in it?
Maybe? Question mark? We'll see how it goes. But
the splash screen at the very end showed a couple of random characters, but
my hope is that it gets the theme song that's just Stargate Infinity's theme song, but with Star Trek. Star Trek Infinity.
Do you want me to sing it?
Yes, please. Sorry, everybody. If you haven't, this is you're on my level.
Are y'all
of
ready
nerdhood here.
for the greatest butt rock album of all time?
Butt rock album?
Okay, so
Oh
do you know
God.
what butt rock is? It's like it's sort of a descriptor that people use for like music like the Sonic intro music, like you know what I mean? Like I don't know, it's like that 2000s rock that's.
I love it already. I love it.
I don't know
already.
why. But yeah.
Also, Seamus, I see your super chat. I'll respond to it in just a second. We're talking about butt rock right now.
Like, for example, when looking up the lyrics, the website that I usually find that has the lyrics has the sentence, "Just how bad is it? Well, here's the lyrics to the theme song, which is sung presumably by some drunk guy the producer snatched from the street." That is the energy of singing in the original version. I'll try to make it sound a little less bad. But I need to like play the song to sing along, or I'm not gonna remember to sing it. So give me 2 seconds to
Please do. It's the best. Listeners, for those of you who don't know, so Stargate is an amazing franchise, which I adore to death. I adore it to death. But it had a animated series spin-off show that came out before SG-1? Or
no, it was during SG-1, but it was
SG-1.
early in SG-1, and
that the continuity doesn't line up with later stuff, if I recall, right?
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with like literally anything else. It's basically been completely ignored. I don't think it's even been referenced in the mainline stuff ever.
I would be shocked.
But in
some of the stuff they did
the show is set like 20 years after the events of SG-1, and this was made in like 2001, 2002. It's classic like cheaply produced Canadian animation. If people don't know, a lot of American studios and things will hire, like back in the day, would hire these specific set of like Canadian animation studios, kind of like the Italian animation studios that would make kind of cheaply produced things.
Yeah. So they pulled a Star Trek the Animated Series just in the 2000s.
Yes. It's hilariously bad, and this is its incredible theme song.
Y'all need to listen to Aerodoc's rendition, and then you need to hear the actual song too. God.
I just need to stop laughing long enough to sing it.
Wait, I could pull it up on my well, I don't want to.
I got it. One sec. Built by ancients so long ago, targeted till we broke the code, and now it seems through the universe. On a mission to get back to Earth. The original does actually sound that bad. I'm
oh no. Yeah. Aerodoc is nailing. It's like yeah.
Hunted and on the run, and together we overcome. Fighting evil through the galaxy. Stargate Infinity. It's so bad. It's my favorite. So Lady Night and I have this like playlist of videos we've slowly curated that like bring us joy that we play when we're having like a rough day or whatever, and we're hanging out together. And one of the first videos in that playlist is the Stargate Infinity theme.
I love the crap out of that. That's
is
so
it butt
good.
rock because you sound constipated? No, that's what it sounds like. That's
no,
what it sounds
I
like.
just didn't know that's what it was called, because I've always called it. Whenever I like watch a TV show or something that's made in the early 2000s, I'm like, I can tell it's made in 2000s because it's like rock music that sounds like it's trying a little bit too hard to be cool. Like that's how I describe all of like 2000s music.
It's Creed. It's Creed. I can actually sing well. If you go look at some of my videos in which I've sung, I can sing well. I can sing pretty. But Stargate Infinity does not need pretty singing.
No, it doesn't. It wouldn't hurt it, but it doesn't help. One second, I just want to quick acknowledge the super chats here. Seamus Hart to you said, "Hey, Jess, guess what? My Lower Decks video is on an uptick thanks to Strange World's guest spot. Thrilled since that's one of my favorites I've done." Oh, hell yes, Seamus, congrats. Hell yes, Lower Decks videos. Unfortunately, my uptick recently has been because of Matt Walsh bullshit. Which is like, I'm glad those videos are getting more attention, but sadly from assholes. But you know what? They're watching it, and so I make money off of it.
Here's the thing. Assholes watching it does cause other people to be more likely to see it. So it is giving it an algorithm boost. It's giving you money. So
I also have gotten new comments on it that people are coming from it because of the Matt Walsh bullshit going on there, being like, this convinced me. It's like, I don't think that video is like not. Anyone who was already going to hate me, it's helping people understand. I don't think it's like making anyone hate trans people. So you know what? It's like the people who are coming to be bullshit assholes on there were already going to be bullshit assholes on there. So I'm glad it's doing well. It's just not fun in the comment section, as you very well know. But that's how it goes.
Oh, I know, because I can see your comments.
Yes, you can.
The help for review tab is a nightmare.
It really is. It really is. But also, Jeremy Roman Hart, thank you so much for your super chat. Love your work. Been binging all your stuff lately. Oh, Jeremy, well, thank you. Sending you love. Welcome to our what my channel is now going to become, which is a Stargate Infinity fan channel now. It's going to be in-depth analyses of all of Stargate Infinity. Oh, Swolesome, it's good to see you, Finn. Hello, hey, my friend. All right. Alrighty, everybody.
That's what I'm doing while we're doing this.
Star Wars animation?
Star Wars animation?
By the way, okay, everybody, I'm going to play some more Star Trek in just a minute here, but just to let everyone know, we have gotten the first scene close to being done for the Star Wars animation, and it's so freaking good. Aronach is like doing such a good job with the animation, and it's freaking amazing. I am so excited to show all of you when we get it done next month. Yeah. So
it's great, excited. And I'm working my ass off.
Well, I appreciate you doing it, and there's a lot to do. So let me know if I can help with anything. But believe me, everybody, this video is going to be amazing.
It's one of those things where I just kind of have to force myself to do things. Like it's not, there isn't like a, and then I can do this, and suddenly it'll be fast. Like it's very
it's animation. It takes its time.
This is going to take the time that it takes, and also my brain is being non-cooperative with working on it.
Brains tend to do that every once in a while.
My brain's very focused. My brain has been consumed by Undertale, which I'm doing a video on next.
My brain has been consumed with Deep Space Nine because I've been working on that script. Really.
I know it is.
Aronach, I'm sorry, and listeners, I'm sorry. The script is 30 pages, and I still have like 3 more pages of outline that I need to fill in. I haven't even gotten to Odo and the Dominion yet, or the Quark and the Ferengi.
My
it's 30 pages, Aronach.
We're gonna have to do a little.
It's gonna be multiple.
A little
videos.
split in half, probably.
Yes.
I think, frankly, because originally when, like we were just gonna fold my entire ideas that I had for Deep Space Nine as intentionally / unintentionally queer.
Which is kind of the thesis of what I'm writing too.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot to discuss with Deep Space Nine that's unrelated to that, that's still in the sex and Star Trek thing. So I think probably the easiest way for us to split it is frankly to talk about the queerness, and then to talk about all of the other elements that are there as well.
We'll talk. The way I'm writing about it is how Deep Space Nine is an intentional critique of Next Generation by centering others, like people who are otherized in Next Generation, which is itself like a queer thing. And how it allows that perspective to comment on the style of Star Trek storytelling as a whole, as well as like systems of fascism and power as well. So, and like the different ways like that gets expressed through like the Cardassians and the Dominion. And then I just finished a section today about how like Worf is like the way they use Worf in Deep Space Nine is distinctly different from how they use Worf in TNG, where like Worf wanted to be part of the Klingon culture in TNG, whereas like Worf in Deep Space Nine, right from his very first appearance, is like a critique on how the Klingons were depicted in TNG, which is really interesting.
Yeah, there's so many interesting layers. Like the fact that Deep Space Nine is like actually Klingons are complicated people, and
it's all about Chicago.
This is racism. Is a pretty direct thing to do, frankly. Yeah, right now I'm just doing a lot of sketching, trying to get all the movement down so that I need to look up Jedi mind trick.
Yeah, also, and Homo Solari, Worf in Deep Space Nine doesn't get his butt kicked by every alien in the week. He only gets his butt kicked by Jetsia, and only half the time is it in a sex act. I do love that those two just have violent sex in Deep Space Nine. It's like the best thing. They just I just love those like several episodes.
There's direct BDSM parallels for sure.
Oh, well, yeah, there's that, but I just love that they keep showing consensual as opposed to the Mirror Universe where they use BDSM stuff in a problematic way. But anyways, the Mirror Universe itself is See, something that, okay, I should get playing the game, but one interesting thing that people always forget about Deep Space Nine, or about the Mirror Universe in Deep Space Nine, everyone's like, look at Mirror Kira, she's queer-coded. And I'm like, she's not queer-coded, she is queer. She literally, in the final Deep Space Nine episode, is, like, kissing women and says she's bisexual. And I'm like, so the first explicitly queer character in Star Trek is Kira. And it's super problematic because it's like fascism,
well, actually,
bisexual.
The first is Jadzia.
She
kisses a woman on screen, which
she
is very...
She kisses a woman on screen, but that is not explicitly like she, that is more out of like they have feelings for each other through this weird trill. There's a lot to analyze there through weird trill culture.
It's complicated, but it's a T for T couple.
Yes,
it's a T for T.
It's
couple.
a T for T couple,
but
it's like it's done in a way that's like metaphorical, that I don't read it as explicitly queer. It's like visually queer, but not like textually queer in a weird way. And then, but Kira is like explicitly bisexual in the show in a way that Jadzia isn't really. It's weird. Yeah, it's kind of so Finn says it's sapphic with a heterosexual backdrop. Exactly. Which, by the way, Finn, I need to reach out to you about getting that Pell section because I want you to write about Pell still. No, in the final, Andrew Clegg asking, in the literal final Deep Space Nine Mirror Universe episode, which is the one with Ezri, and it's like Quark and a bunch of others, like all the Ferengi. It's the Ferengi Mirror Universe episode in season 7. And Ezri is the one that brings them over to the Mirror Universe. And in that episode, the whole thing is that Ezri has feelings for Mirror Kira that Mirror Kira is manipulating, but she has like an expressed and an actual attraction to Ezri, and they kiss on screen, and it's like the two of them kissing, and everyone quite literally forgets that. Like there was hints in earlier seasons that Mirror Kira had attraction to both men and women. Like she has like these hedonistic like parties or whatever, and there's naked men and women. It is, but it's more like she's kissing the hot dudes, and there are sexy women around. But it's not like explicit, whereas her going to kiss Ezri is like they literally kiss and are like it's attraction. So it's a more explicit thing. So
kind of hate Mirror Kira.
I stand
the evil bi.
I stand the Nav Visitor. It's definitely the evil bi. I stand the Nav Visitor's acting as Mirror Kira. She's having fun.
Okay, the performance is 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But it's
It's Nana.
It's Kira. It's always going to be good. Yeah. It's always going to be good performance-wise. So I'm trying
Mirror Kira was blatantly hitting on Kira, though. But I could see that as, like, the weird, like, low-key self-cessed stuff. Like, who wouldn't hit on Kira, even if you were Kira? Come on.
Low-key or Loki?
Yes.
Sorry. I still deeply hate low-key self-cessed.
The biggest problem I have with Deep Space, I love Deep Space Nine, best Star Trek, but my biggest problem is just the lame relationships, the wet blankets that Kira constantly ends up with. And I like her being with Odo, but dear God, having to suffer through Shakar and Bareil is the worst thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, I should start playing some Star Trek, but everyone, testy Trekkie hard to you. Trump got indicted, yes! Awesome. Glad that he will face, hopefully, some sort of repercussions. Sadly, there's a lot more to have there. We can talk politics another time. But, yeah. Screw Trump. Glad he got indicted. Hope there's more. He deserves much more than he'll probably ever get. But we'll end there. But thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Bareil is the wettest of blankets. Yes, Homo Slayer. Bareil is the wettest of blankets. And also the creepiest of dudes. Like, literally watch. There is creepy stalker vibes whenever that man is on screen. Like, watch any episode with Bareil in it, and he's just, like, weirdly standing there staring at Kira, and you're like, dude, were you there the whole time? Like, there's just this creepy, like, stalker vibes he gives off every single time that he is on screen. It is weird.
Definitely.
Bareil is the weirdest. Alrighty, everybody. Let's actually... Oh, Captain Attack! I know I can never pronounce your name correctly because there is no correct pronunciation, but Hujal Mandra Kanithara. Apologies if I'm offending somebody with that pronunciation, but Captain Deck, happy Pride to you, my friend. Mwah. Mwah. Sending you love. All right, everybody, let's play some Star Trek. To try to remind everyone where we were at, just to give everyone the brief summary of the story. I forget the name of the species, but we on the USS Resolute, the ship that we're on, went to this planet where there were two species. One that's sort of like more aristocrat coded, and one that's more like working class coded. And the working class aliens were toiling away in a mine, and they seized the means of production. They literally seized the mine. And then the aristocrat species came in and said, we want the Federation to negotiate this conflict and give it back to us. So that's why our ship is there, and we have Spock there as sort of the intermediary. We started to meet some of the people of the working class society, and what we learned is there were the heroes that seized the mines who seemed to be a little bit more in it for personal glory. Like, they're like, yeah, we want to hold on, like, we're very glad that we like get to be the heroes of this. But then there's this other woman as part of that society who is quite literally like, we deserve to actually be seen and heard by the Federation, and is also willing to investigate what seems to be some weird stuff going on with the mines. And we learned that there's something directed at the Resolute from the mines holding us in place there. And then we also learned the aristocrats are assholes. So me as the first officer of the Resolute is sort of staying out of the negotiations, but befriending this member of the working class society in order to try and figure out what's going on. My hope with the storyline is that they make a point of saying we stand with the working class aliens, but also there's these people who are more in it for personal glory, and it's not about glory, it's about like actually fighting for the rights of your society versus these aristocratic assholes. We will see if the game does the whole there are good people on both sides elements of that. It could end up being problematic, but given how the game is already framing like class differences within Starfleet, because we have the perspective of the lower decks character, I'm rather hopeful, but we will end up seeing. So that's sort of like my my hope for how this game is going. But that's sort of like the brief summary of where we're at. I forget the name of the species. We'll remember when we get in there. But like, it's pretty blatant who is who. Like the working class looking species is very clearly like coded as working class, and the aristocrats have all these like, you know, pompous sort of clothing and stuff. So it's fairly obvious once you watch it. But I forget the name of each species. So all right, let's watch. Or let's play. And also there's a lot of Starfleet bullshit, which I love. So I'm excited about that. And hell yeah, good, Pat Robinson is dead. There's all this, there's people being like, oh, I'm glad that he's like, oh, what? We shouldn't say that he's dead. It's like, if people wish to celebrate that a horrible man has died, yeah, it's good that we can celebrate a horrible man has died. It's the same question we had with the Queen of England. If people were celebrating that she's dead, that's totally fine and good. And this sort of like, oh, we shouldn't say anything, respect the dead sort of nonsense. No, none of that. Pat Robinson did horrible things, and people celebrating his death, hell yeah.
I don't think that dying should be something that gives you an exemption card for every single choice you made in your entire life.
Yep.
And actually, if anything, I think dying is the point where you can actually give full bore, because the person can't change.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do to change their legacy.
So
Yep.
That is who they are forever. They decided that was how they were going to be before they died, and that is what they will be forever.
So exactly, hard agree. All right, so
IMO, disrespect the dead.
All right, let's keep exactly.
Or rather, accurately represent the dead.
Let me turn up the volume on this game. Sorry, you're not hearing it super loud. Let me know if I need to adjust volume on stuff, everyone. Of Aeronaut or myself.
Even better than our pros. So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
I'll join you and Chovak down in engineering to run another
God,
analysis.
this guy, I forgot, this guy also on Starfleet's a bit of an asshole to the first officer. So he's got asshole face.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us.
Yeah, and so these our lower decker characters, who are these two, we're trying to figure out how to stop. There's something that the people at the mines are stopping us from going to warp, and so we're trying to figure out how to stop that. So that's
work. What do we even do about it?
Say we pull these chips and find out.
some
figure
damn-
this arm position.
Yeah, it's just like.
So I'm just staring at myself in the camera doing motions.
It's fun. The game is a bit loud. I can lower Miranda. Let me know. I can also beef up myself and Aeronok a little bit. Let me see if I can beef you up, Aeronok.
It's more like this, and
Do the motion. These are not the droids you're looking for. These are not the droids. It's like a curling of the fingers.
yeah, no, it is. I've got that clip up. I'm more just trying to figure out where I need to draw the arm's position.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
To get the hand in the position I want it to be in.
Gotcha. Well, while you do that, I'm gonna keep playing some Star Trek.
Image on the way.
I will enjoy my Star Trek.
That ionic interference scored the hull plating.
One of the weird things
Might
is
be
like
some
drawing.
Let's try pulling together.
All right.
I guess drawing in general is a software person.
3, 2, 1.
It's like I want it to be. I've actually often toned it down when drawing myself.
I mean, we had a whole conversation about my animation where we discussed how much boob I want my character to have. So it's fine.
It won't budge.
Yeah,
Gotta be the storm
it's
damage.
just you
We need to
kind of have to.
welcome
have
back.
that.
And
Yeah.
excitement.
All right, sorry. I'm gonna keep playing the
Excitement? No.
Oh, Boba
Nothing
Fett,
like
good to
that.
see you, my friend.
Hey, can you hand me the EJ7 interlock from the toolbox?
I don't know what that is.
You're not. Part
Not
of the
much use
working
for one
plan.
on a security detail, huh? Carter?
Yeah, I'll get it.
How do you not know what the EG7 is? I don't know what that is. Shoot, I don't know what it is. There, EG7 interlock. That's definitely the Star Trek thing. I could've been a-
I'll apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
You sad about not being a jerk.
No, well, not to my girlfriend. So this character's girlfriend. So I didn't want to be an asshole with it. And be like, let me show off all my
Here,
my
I'll
engineering
help.
knowledge. What is that tool? Is that a wrench? Why would that be a wrench?
We've got this.
Open up and say ah.
Thanks for the hand. We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem.
Ooh, good LGBTQ games for Pride Month. I mean, Life is Strange I really adore, especially Life is Strange True Colors, and this character of Steph is a fantastic LGBTQ video gaming character. Aeronok probably knows him as well. If you have good recommendations. Celeste is Celeste is like the best one.
Actually created by
A trans woman.
devs.
Yeah. I would. Speaking of trans dev created games.
Trans people, multiple.
Yeah.
The soundtrack's done by a non-binary person, and the primary dev is a trans woman. So.
Hell yeah! And also, another good one, Bloodborne PSX, which was made by it's the PlayStation 1 demake of Bloodborne, also made by a trans person, and it's also great. So.
Yeah, she's really cool. I follow her
You
on
really
that.
know everything about these ships, don't
And
you?
Bloodborne cart, which
The
she's making
tools,
too.
the systems,
Yeah, she's currently working on that.
like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
What can I say? I'm good at what I do.
I love the Trill character.
can
She's like,
see
oh
that.
my god, I can't stand their flirting.
Come on, start pulling chips.
And other fun stuff. I rewatched Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves last night with LK for
That's
video
awesome.
I'm working on.
Sorry, 1 sec. We are there's isolinear chips, Aeronok. Look at them. Look at their color-coded beauty. This
Do you want
is.
to maybe share a screen so I'm not like accidentally interrupting you when you're in the middle of?
I don't know if I can. Because it'll also screw up you being on the stream.
Oh yeah, you've done it before when we've been.
Let's see if I can do this.
I think-
But then it's like, is that good? Can you see the game now?
I can see the game now and hear the game.
Okay, perfect. Make sure.
Might have lowered my resolution a little bit for the stream people, but
Yeah, it's already a pretty low resolution anyways, so. because you're.
Well, if you try turn your camera off, or actually no, if you click on me in Discord.
Ah, there you are.
Wicked smart.
I'm wicked smart. We're wicked smart up here. This is it's like I'm a professional.
Wicked smart.
Oh yeah, Rodrigo, don't worry. Oh, thank you so much, by the way. I appreciate that. One second, let me get Aaron in here, and I'll respond to the chat here. Rodrigo, you just said I can get you the Brazilian Star Trek figures. So there's like I think it's McDonald's is doing like Star Trek figures in Brazil only, and I want them really badly. But someone actually in Brazil offered to buy me some and send them to me, and I said I will pay you for them. So someone's already getting them for me, but I appreciate that very much, Rodrigo. I am very honored by that. But yeah, don't worry. Someone's already doing it for me, and I'm already paying them. So I'm very excited about that. HJ Mandra, hard to use says, I don't know what an EJ17 interlock is because all of my tools are in metric. So also, you two call me Gally if it's Gally. Hopefully I'm saying that right. If it's easier, my channel real name got leaked by local people last week. So, I'm sorry that happened. That's awful. I'm sorry, my friend. Well, Gally, it's good to see you. Hopefully I'm saying that correct. So, all right. All right, let's continue with our isolinear chip nonsense. I'm sorry, look at all these chips. They're so oh no!
I'm glad you're having fun.
I will play a game where I just pull isolinear chips all freaking day.
What's this?
The motion on a Jedi mind trick is so subtle.
It is. Oh, sorry, I gotta
trying to draw it with cartoony hands, very small a time.
Look, I'm using the tricorder. Look at it. I love that this game is just me just
this
doing Star
substance
Trek
is
nonsense.
a quanti-spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at an interval of 3.8422 seconds.
That's almost 4 seconds.
Quantized isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level.
Yes. Correct.
What's it doing in there?
Wait.
I was like, don't.
Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9.
I'm sorry. I love them just like quoting Starfleet rules at each other, and that's the game. It's just like subsection 9. I'm like, I bet the rule is probably don't pick up weird things with your hand. It's probably a bad idea to touch strange elements with your bare hand is probably the thing, but it has to like go through the Star Trek technobabble nonsense of like section 3, subsection 9. I love it. This is Star Trek at its best.
Foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination.
Yeah, it's just don't touch weird shit with your hand.
Retrieve the containment module.
Don't you think we're more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
No. Before anything else, this is a security issue.
Uh-oh.
You don't even know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once it's contained.
Alright, I'm gonna side with
This is another
my
piece of the puzzle
girlfriend.
we're trying to put together. We should be investigating it.
And you can. In the containment lab. But protocol is protocol. I can't make an exception just for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with my Trill friend and not
I'm still going to report
curiosity
these crystals to
girlfriend.
Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are. But I overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle. Now these crystals... Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We could
No, you're fine. Someone was just asking if you were asleep.
Or I could send a message to my old CO on the Adirondack. Get some combat-tested vessels. We shouldn't do this alone.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. If you think you could do it without getting in trouble.
I'll find a way.
Be very careful.
I hope I didn't just do something awful because I didn't pay attention.
Okay,
oh,
stand
Christopher,
back.
Sending you love. I hope you're having a good evening too.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, I think I just made a big decision. I was only half listening.
Get this to the containment
so
lab.
we'll see how it goes.
We'll get it set up for you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Oh, we'll be there.
Last thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core.
I would love to see somebody explode next to the warp core, but that's because I'm a crazy person.
Let's maybe not for that. But yeah.
Can't have that.
Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't use the word crazy, but you know what I mean. You know what
For
I
a
meant,
second,
sorry.
I thought she'd gone cold
I
on you.
didn't mean to use the word crazy in a derogatory sense.
Like she might have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked. Maybe she knows more than us? Or it's because this is all happening so fast? But she usually doesn't scare easy.
Yeah, there was something a little off about it.
Like that talk about sending a distress call? That was pretty out there. Although, you didn't seem to think so.
Yeah, see, I made a big decision. Whoopsie daisy.
She was probably just thinking out loud. I'm sure she'll
You can reload or just go with it?
No, I'll go with
Mission
it.
has
This
enough
is what I get for not paying
complications
attention.
stacking
Isn't that? This is what I get.
Now, we'll get through it. You, me, and Miranda too.
I will stick by my ill-begotten choices.
Commander Rydek was able to work behind the scenes during the negotiations and made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation in
Stanley,
Tylos.
my favorite captain.
She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari Palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydek, if you want to take it from here.
Of course.
I don't wish to take it from here. I want you to do the whole meeting.
Tylos managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these
appreciate
scans
you,
using
GM.
my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
I swear to God, if it's the
Displaying
Borg.
symbols from Federation database with
Swear
a
to God, if it's the
90%
Borg,
probability
I will
of
be
match or
pissed.
higher. Select a symbol to further analyze.
It's definitely not the Klingon. Ooh, what's that?
Keep going.
Yeah, it's definitely not that one, but I don't know what that is. I'm trying to see if I recognize. Yeah, I don't recognize any of these. Some star. Is that a?
Can you rotate them?
Can I? No, I can just compare. Is it just me or does this one look inappropriate for streaming?
It does look, fuck, what's Ionic?
Yeah, it does.
It looks like some Ionic symbolism.
Little Ionic symbolism. Though to be fair, the Borg were also very Ionic as well.
Yeah, they do have a giant vagina ship.
They do. Not even. Okay. Not even kidding. Okay. Not even kidding.
We're not exaggerating, Chad.
Well, in Star Trek Picard Season 2, yes, the ship that we see the new Borg, the Gerati Borg use, is a very vaginal ship, right down to there being a light where the clitoris should be. Not even kidding. It's there. It's in the theme song of every episode.
It's there so that the straight man in the audience can finally find.
You're a terrible person. You're a terrible person. I love you. But more actually, like in Star Trek Voyager, there's the scenes where we get to see the Borg Queen in her Borg hive nest, and the doors, I am also not kidding, are also vaginas. Look up the doors
It's
in
really
the Star Trek.
something.
Yeah, and they literally have
and then there's also just the Borg Queen in
the First Contact, who is also super sexy, and hitting on Data the whole time. Though I will say, the Borg Queen in Voyager is also very much like hitting on Seven and Janeway every single time. Like it's very like, it's like angered ex. Like the Borg Queen
Sex
in Voyager.
Star Trek Voyager.
Yes. Oh yeah, I have many. Believe me, the Voyager video will be shorter than Deep Space Nine, but
Deep Space
we'll
Nine
also
has
have
a lot more to say in general. Deep Space Nine's just better.
Yes, but there are many things to say about Voyager, and a lot of them have to do with the Borg Queen giving like angry ex-girlfriend energy to both Seven and Janeway. Anyways, all right. Oh, all right. Let's see. Let's see. Is this the symbol? This kind of looks like it. No. Okay. I was wondering if it had to be like exactly the same or if it just.
As a side note, while you're reading this, I saw an incredible post, which is just a quote that ends with Wario, probably. Read it in the Wario voices.
Ooh, I think I found it.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Wah! Well, do you know what they say? Bitches get stitches and Wario gets riches. So it's more Waluigi than Wario, but it's so dumb. Wario does get riches.
Why?
Bitches get stitches and Wario gets riches.
Oh my god! I just like the phrase. What was it? The like famous like commercial was like, beware. What was it? Beware Wario, destroy Mario. That whole like commercial. If anyone remembers that.
Wario gonna win. There we go. That's
yeah.
the voice.
I'm a gonna win. Like that's kind of it. Yeah.
It's a me. Why?
I love how it's just like Mario. It's like Wario is just like Mario who's just like giving up. Who's just like giving up a little bit. It's like, it's the me, Wario. It's just like Mario who's just like more disgruntled and just depressed.
Oh man, that message was fine. It was just someone key smashing.
Oh no,
because they thought it was funny.
It's funny.
I'm alive. I'm gonna win. And if you've watched, there's these fan dubs that Snapcube does that I love, and they did one for April Fools for Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Oh no! Oh no!
And it's just them. They're just like it's basically like 10 drunk people having a meltdown on call while doing impressions. And every time Wario comes on screen, I can't remember who it is that's playing Wario, just goes, I'm a Wario. I'm a gonna win. Like 30 times, and it keeps getting funnier somehow.
That's hilarious. Which reminds me, I need to play.
Holly, yeah.
Which reminds me, I need to beat Foreign Man in a Foreign Land again in Smash Brothers.
I would need to purchase internet, like the whatever online, Nintendo Online to do it. But sometime you, Foreign and I should play Smash. Do one-on-ones.
I would love that. I
haven't played in forever, but it would be very fun.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see.
I think I made a joke before streaming where I said it's okay, Foreign, you're just never gonna beat any trans woman at Smash Brothers.
That's yeah. Like just I'm sorry, Foreign. There's nothing you're gonna do. Like every trans woman's just gonna beat you at Smash Brothers. It's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Like
the gauntlet has been thrown.
Oh my god. All right, let's keep going here. Oh, it looks like I found it. It's this weird fire thing. Is it like
99.2% match?
Is it the Burning Man Festival? Is that what this is? Oh, Takan Empire.
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated with the ancient Takan Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago, but once spanned millions of systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Fascinating.
They were. It was like one of those like, hey, they were in a like weird episode. They're like the Iconian Empire, where like they're like this ancient civilization that existed and had some weird technology that appeared in one episode that Kirk was in. I forget exactly the episode it was, but it was like, oh, it's TNG season 1. Miranda, what's the episode that they were in? I'm curious. Does anyone know what the Takan Empire is? If it's a TNG season 1 reference. Tell me the episode. Tell me the episode, and I'll see if I can remember what it is. Okay. Thank you, Miranda. Last Outpost. So that is the one. Okay. So that is the one where we first meet the Ferengi, and there's like that weird computer thing that they all hang out with. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Okay. I do remember that episode. Okay. Because that's the one where we first meet the Ferengi. I have not lost my Star Trek credibility. I may not remember the Takan Empire, but I know what you're talking about. Okay.
I mean, I feel like something mentioned once in the worst season of TNG is a pretty easy thing to forget.
Except for it's the last outpost, which is a bad episode, but it has the Ferengi sex whips in it. Come on, how can you not enjoy the Ferengi sex whips?
It does have Ferengi sex whips and anti-Semitism.
That too. Star Trek: The Next Generation Season 1. You definitely. I swear to God, the fact that Star Trek managed to survive TNG Season 1 is nothing short of a miracle. That season is wow.
For civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hotari found Takan technology?
That's probably what happened, yeah.
I wonder if they even know what they have.
Pause for 2 seconds. Let me just share something.
Knowledge of the Takan.
Yes,
Jordan Joan P said, "What's really funny is my dad is named Mario and is Italian and worked at a water district where he fixed pipes and stuff like that."
Oh my God.
Have you ever walked up to him and said, "Oh, it's you, Mario"?
Beautiful.
Terrible joke. I'm sorry.
Absolutely beautiful. All right, let's keep going. Sorry, I want to keep playing a little bit. All right.
On his limit.
I'll be quiet now.
I have only encountered passing references to them.
I've heard of the Takan.
Actually, I've heard of the Takan.
They were
You
on
have?
the last outpost
Quite
episode.
impressive, Commander.
Computer, summarize the Enterprise D's discovery of a Takan outpost.
On stardate
they're giving
413.6.4,
you
the
a
USS
refresher
Enterprise
about the
D,
last
under the
outpost.
command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, discovered a Takan outpost in the Delphi Ardus. According to the mission summary,
Even Spock
an
didn't
unbreakable
watch Star Trek
energy
the
draining
season,
field was deployed
TNG.
against the
Or Star Trek
Enterprise and a
TNG.
Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire.
Unbreakable energy draining field. It starts to make sense.
What else is there?
There's a lot here. Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
God, I swear to God, this is literally a hologram. This is a hologram recounting the last outpost. God, I love this game. This game is
Someone
wonderful.
from the Takan Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire?
Fair
The
Lewis.
entity known as Portal 6-3 is of an unknown nature. A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Takan Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Takan outpost through apparent telepathic means. It was by his choice that the Enterprise was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away Team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
Yeah, quite
As I have
literally,
said,
we're doing
they were the
a
most
recap of the
advanced
last
civilization
outpost by
in the
hologram.
galaxy.
Spock is like, what the hell is this plot? What was happening here?
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu 4?
Delphi Ardu 4 is an M-class planet, a barren rocky world with little to no vegetation and frequent
Right?
ion storms.
Christopher M.
The giant crystals
I
that
love
grow
the
there
fact that
absorb
this game,
energy.
and thank
It
you
is
so much
not
for this
understood
feedback.
how they do so.
You said,
the entire
I love
Delphi
the fact
Ardu
this one's like, let's
system,
make this
consisting of
sequel to the
11
last
planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence.
Fair enough.
There appears to be some sort of restriction
Yeah, we
order
don't want
from
you to learn about
Starfleet.
the Ferengi.
Computer, explain this restriction.
That's a bad
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign for just anybody.
I suppose it makes sense considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful. Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy draining field the Takan used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of then-current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized spin crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
We have Takan technology on board right now?
We might.
Yeah, weren't you paying attention? That's
I'll
what
run
I
a
just
full
said.
analysis in the
Technobabble.
containment lab.
The Elydians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Takan technology and can control it,
I agree.
I see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning. And we're up against something greater than we can imagine.
Well, I'm siding with the Hotari, so let's go with the Hotari. The Hotari
This kind of power in Hotari hands.
The Hotari are the
could be dangerous.
Species, so we're gonna side
for everyone.
Agreed. Which is why we should find a way to neutralize it if we can.
If it helps.
Why do we want to neutralize
been able to
the Hotari
triangulate
having
the source
that
of the
technology?
ionic interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin. There.
So we know where to look.
We need to know what's down there.
I've never listened to Critical
what the
Role,
Hotari
but
are hiding.
Watched the show,
better understand
so.
what we're up against. And to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side.
I'm like 30
However,
episodes behind
given
Campaign
the
3, and I probably won't
circumstances,
catch back
we
up.
are
I'm kind of just
entirely
good to
within our-
experience it through this supplemental material. Sorry, I'll be quiet now.
Rights
No,
to
you're
defend
good. You're
ourselves.
fine.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow up in our faces. Which is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau.
Yeah, send me on a covert mission. I like covert missions.
Assuming you're up to the task. It would require absolute secrecy. And obviously, it's not without risk.
I'll get the away team in and out. They're in safe hands with me.
Under normal circumstances, that would be the case. But given the sensitive nature of this incursion, I'm afraid you'll have to go it alone.
Oh, I have to go by myself?
I'm hoping Tylus can accompany you. The priority is to avoid detection. It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating our neutrality and aggravating an already tense situation. We can't afford any mistakes, which is why I've chosen you.
Yes, sir. I'll do everything in my power to make sure no one knows I'm there.
Good. Of course, you'll have full support from the Resolute. We'll make sure we take every precaution.
Every precaution.
Spock's like, oh man.
Get in touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Illydians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system. Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
Understood.
It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime? Doing so will provide Commander Rydek as much time as possible to complete her mission.
Agreed. We'll hail the Queen's delegation from my ready room. We all know what we need to do.
Yeah,
Dismissed.
I get that same vibe. The one where where Rutherford was like forced to go on the mission and like had to do the fan dance at one point to distract the Jax. I like that episode. It's a fun episode.
It's a good episode.
Especially
this is a good impression of Spock.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I thought it was pretty solid. It's not Leonard Nimoy, but it's as close to Leonard Nimoy as you're gonna get without being Leonard Nimoy. So.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar, where is the crystal formation that you found
Edsolar? Oh, I love that last name. That's a great name.
in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign Calloway with performing a full analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security brought it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't know anything about it.
Oh.
Security never checked it in.
Shoot.
Miranda never got there?
She's the one that had the crystal formation?
Diaz, Tamaris.
Uh-oh.
Try her again. Commander Westbrook to Petty Officer Miranda Maris. Respond.
Uh-oh.
Something's not right.
She's still on the ship. She has to be.
Computer, locate Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on
Is
deck
my
5.
girlfriend a changeling?
I'll go find her.
That would be just my luck.
Good.
I am sure Mr. Diaz can attend to this on his own.
Why? Why would you say that? That's like a weird... I would send like... Why would you send one Why would you send one person? Send like 10 people. That seems like a pretty important thing. Yeah, let me send this one person into the creepy room by himself. Yeah, this seems like it's gonna go well for me.
Pause really quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, someone in chat mentioned voice actors really can do very good impressions. This remixing dead people's voices stuff is just awful. Honestly, it really is. Like, reason 10 billion that I hate a lot of people in my own field, because I'm a machine learning expert. Whee! Yeah, so the other thing that, like, an AI-based system, and they're not actually AI, but you all are using it colloquially anyway, so I might as well just give up on, you know, having any sort of productive conversation.
Your pain is coming through. It's like, fine, call it AI, fine.
It's not like it actively makes the conversation difficult to have, because the distinction's extremely important to be able to have the conversation. It's not like it actively facilitates ways of dismantling the conversation. It's not like it's a linguistic shift that's being purposely pushed by companies to assist them in doing horrible things or anything. I'm not mad at all.
No, not getting that. It didn't come through at all. No.
Yeah, these algorithmic approaches to recreating actors' voices well after they've passed is, frankly, to me, a gross violation of art and of people's, like, it's a type of disrespecting the dead that I don't support. I think hire someone that can do the job. Because there's people that can do the job. You are going to get a much better performance out of someone that can provide emotionality into a voice than you will if you're just getting some cheap knockoff whatever, right? And yes, exactly. They're at machine learning is great. I'm a linguist. It's great to analyze big data sets. Oh, absolutely. I have worked in machine learning research. There is thousands and thousands and thousands of good applications for it. Almost all of these, there's thousands that we use all the time in art stuff. Every time you use noise reduction in any audio editing software, that's machine learning.
Oh, I know, and I like there's a lot of good machine learning applications. It's just what a lot of machine learning is being used for now is to try to remove like things that are
artists.
Yeah, remove artists. Like, try to remove the ability for people to like have creativity and express themselves. And try to eliminate that. Cause like we can just get rid of that. So it's like you get the stupid AI generated freaking NFT bullshit, and then like the whole thing that the writer's strike is going on right now for, where it's like they're trying to make sure that AI isn't coming in to like write scripts, because that just it's like the removal of context, the removal of emotionality, the removal of what makes us human is like how a lot of
removal of intentionality.
Yes, is a lot of like how things like power hierarchies, fascism are able to thrive, because it sort of just thrives on aesthetics of things without actually looking deeper and actually seeing what's beneath the surface of like just humanity. And so yeah, no, it's awful and terrible the ways AI has been used. It's not a hatred of AI as a like machine learning as a tool, but it is a dislike of how like our capitalist enterprises are trying to do it to strip what makes us human from the few things left in our society that are human expression. So
it is a deep abiding rage that I have as an expert who really understands just how horrifically and aggressively unethical what these corporations are doing. That is why I'm angry all the time. Which is why I hate talking about machine. But it is important, I think, worth bringing up in this context, because this is a perfect example of how a good actor will do 1,000 times better, because you can actually get a performance. You can get a real performance. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And just 2 super chats. HJ, thank you so much for your super chats. I hate stealth missions. Just for once, I would like a game to be like, yeah, we need you to cause a distraction so the Spec Ops kid can do their thing. Put on a heavy metal concert with boomsticks and angry grapefruits. Yeah, no, I don't hate stealth missions if like the game is built around stealth. Like Splinter Cell is a fun stealth game. The politics of like the military aspect of that game aside, but like I enjoy I enjoy Splinter Cell games quite a lot. But when it's like a stealth game where it's like you have to try to do a stealth thing in a game that's mainly geared towards action, then it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, someone in chat was saying I don't want AI to get to the level of Skynet, AM, or Ultron. It never will. Sorry. I personally would argue, and there's a lot of arguments back and forth from people in my field about whether it can ever achieve this. I would personally argue that the hardware is not sufficiently complicated or fast enough. Like, it would be so infeasible to get something to be able to be anywhere near that complex. I don't think that if we ever create artificial minds, it will be through transistors.
Well, it's something.
It's a whole thing, and the issues with it, and the issues of the power of it, and the issues of the harm is it doesn't need to be fully conscious being to do horrible stuff, and a lot of the horrible things that it does is specifically because it isn't something making choices. It is a complex statistical model.
Well, yeah,
it's
and
very blunt.
two things that I wish to say. One, just to let everyone know that I don't want to spoil it, but Identities, the film that I'm working on, while the main story of the piece that I'm making is not directly about this, there are aspects that's going to brush up on this concept that we're talking about with AI, and I want to be able to tell more of the story of it, because quite literally the story of Identities will go into this exact discussion that we're having right now, and because you know exactly what I'm talking about, because I've told you.
Yeah, because I kind of inspired a lot.
Yeah, you inspired and helped me come up with a lot of the story for where Identities will go if we get to tell more stories past what's being made now. And the second thing, someone just said that had an interesting point, but I disagree, where Simon, which, by the way, fun name, you said that's a valid opinion. On the other hand, I have no issue with AI being used to create dead actors' voices as long as royalties are paid to the inheritance. I understand where you're saying, like, oh, well, if we use AI to recreate dead voices, as long as, like, they get paid to the people who are there. I get why you feel that way, and I understand that. I would disagree in the sense that, like, two things. One, you're recreating a dead actor's voice, and yes, you may be paying their children or whatever, but it's still not paying the actor that's alive that did the work initially. And then two, it's also like you could have an actual actor in that position doing that voice and being able to do so much more with it and actually add much more artistry and intent and thought behind it than AI could ever do, because the AI is just again machine learning and just sort of like an algorithm coming up with what it thinks is best for the situation.
Well, it doesn't think, though. It just regurgitates. It just regurgitates based on a very complex statistical model. It's not... Problem is, like, for me to properly explain what it's doing takes, like, 2 hours. We're not doing that. Mm-hmm. And even then, it's one of those... It's like explain quantum physics simply. I can't,
mm-hmm.
And, yeah. Like, I can try to create some form of abstraction, which makes it easier to understand, but it's too much oversimplification.
Yeah.
There's some videos that I've attempted that I don't hate their attempts at doing that, but I don't think there is a good way of metaphora. Most people, this isn't a dig at people, this is just a reality of, like, you can only take in so much information, and for most people it's not even relevant. But most people don't even understand, like, the very, 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 very basics of what computers actually do, or what randomness in the context of computers is. And then on top of that, most people don't understand even a little bit about statistics, again, because it just takes a lot of work. It just takes a lot of work to learn these things, and that means a lot of time.
Yeah. And
I want to be very, very clear. I'm not saying I'm some magical, amazing person because I know this stuff. I got $45,000 of debt in an obscene amount of time, the years it took to learn this stuff.
Capitalism, it's great. Also, I just want to say...
I want to be clear about that. I'm not saying, like, ooh, no, anyone can learn this. It's just... It's not something that's simple. Yeah. Like, that's more of my point.
Yeah. John, by the way, John Vittles, Heart 2, I said, the Kingdom Hearts games constantly recast their main bad guy every time his precious previous actor died, and they didn't even try to sound like each other. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'd much rather, like,
yeah.
This idea of, like, it fits into this. I should get back to playing the game, but like you see this thing. I think Star Wars is probably a good example. We're not going to talk about it in our video, but like Star Wars, like they use like this whole AI thing to like recreate Luke. They also did it with Tarkin. It's like I would much rather just recast a new actor. Number one, get that actor to be able to like build up their own skill and ability through being able to play something new, but also being able to add something. I think like Star Trek does this. Star Trek does that really well. If we're talking about Spock here, like remember we have a new actor doing like Leonard Nimoy's voice for this game, just like emulate Leonard Nimoy in this game, and the actor here is going to do a much better job than like if they had cast an AI to do Leonard Nimoy's voice in this. Like there's much more emotionality. But then on top of that, you have actors like both Zachary Quinto or more pertinently Ethan Peck, whereas Ethan Peck I think is doing a really good job adding new nuance and his own take on Spock as a character. Is he Leonard Nimoy?
I'm gonna say a hot take.
Well,
I think Ethan Peck is a better Spock.
I would disagree on that. That I will disagree on. I think his take is different. If I may make an argument here. What I like about Ethan Peck is that his take on Spock is a version of the character that is much more centered on his emotional side and trying to explore that side of the character versus Zachary Quinto, or sorry, it's not Zachary Quinto's, Leonard Nimoy's version of the character, who is much more trying to explore his logical side while pushing down his emotional side and finding that balance. So I think like Ethan Peck does a really good job exploring an earlier version of the character than what Leonard Nimoy is doing. And for me, Leonard Nimoy I think gives one of the best performances of anyone in all of Star Trek. And so I love Ethan Peck a lot, and I think he does a great job. I don't think he's better than Leonard Nimoy for me, but I think he does a great job. And it's unfortunate that he's compared to like one of my favorite actors. But I like the fact that he is bringing something.
I love them both, and I think they're both distinctly like they're good in different ways. I just really like Ethan.
Yes.
Spock a lot.
Well, Ethan Peck Spock, he's great as Ethan. Ethan Peck is great as Spock. Like I don't mean to downplay it. So.
Yeah. I want to be clear. I'm not saying like this is objective. No, it's like I personally enjoy this more, but I still think that like Leonard Nimoy is one of the greatest of all time. Yeah. And yeah, I
would also say I can't wait.
I would say actually I find Ethan Peck's Spock more compelling at times, but that is also partially the writing. I think that if Leonard Nimoy had been given the exact same set of writing, I probably would enjoy his delivery of it better.
Fair, absolutely fair. I also will say that I cannot wait. I wish I could talk about this because I can't. I have to stay coded because we're on a live stream, but I can't wait until people see this season of Strange New Worlds because there are like the whole season is pretty good.
I still need to watch the screen.
Yeah, I know. But episode 2 and episode 5 are. Wait, what day? Okay, I'm allowed to vaguely talk about this on the live stream. Is technically what the rules are.
Let's just avoid it.
I'll just say this. Episode 2. There's no spoilers. There won't be any spoilers. Chat. Episode 2 is I think one of the best Star Trek episodes of this modern era. Hands down, legitimately. Episode 2, so good. And then episode 5 is also really good, and it is a Spock-centric episode that does some stuff with Spock that I think is perhaps some of the most interesting Spock stuff that they have ever done. And it is, I won't say specifically what it is, but think along the lines of last season's episode Spock-Amok. And it is a lot of fun, and I adored it to death. And then also, James Foreman, hard to you, said, nice to see you, Jessie. I think this game is great. Recouping from big dental surgery. I've had dental surgery. Holy crap, it is not fun. So, James, I'm sending you some love, my friend. Dental surgery is legit the worst. Mwah, sending you love, my friend. So.
You know, it's something that I hate that we didn't include in the Star Wars video. We're not adding more.
It's already 4 hours, yes.
It's too long. But fuck if the AI stuff with the voice doesn't really back up what we're saying about Disney stripping all meaning in artists.
Oh yeah, no. I thought about that.
Oh, you said that, and I was like, God damn.
We can mention it in layer 5 stuff, but yes.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna make a note of that. We're gonna talk about it in layer 5. Fuck.
I don't disagree. Like, Vince, it's a little bit different if the actor is still alive, but it's still, like, stripping a meaning and intention. Like, we'll get into this in our Star Wars video, but our Star Wars video is quite literally about how, like, capitalism continually strips away meaning and intentionality from works of art, and we use Star Wars as, like, the way to talk about it. And so we could mention, like, in Book of Boba Fett, where Luke appears, they used AI voice for Luke in that scene, and it stripped away a lot of, like, the ability for an actor to, like, really give intention to it. And while Mark Hamill, I'm sure, was probably consulted and, like, approved of stuff and, like, checked his, like, mark off on it, there's still, like, I would have much rathered them have recast Luke Skywalker in that series than having this weird AI monstrosity. And you do kind of mention it a little bit in your, like, rant in the video, by the way.
It's been so long. Do I?
You
I
do.
Really don't
you said
remember.
Like, he's the worst and he's creepy. You do a whole rant about it, but it's not as clear. But yes, you do bring it up. So
there's some fun rants in there for
me. The video has a lot of fun rants from you. All right, I should probably get back to playing some Star Trek. So let me get back to actually play the game. So all right, let me see what this creepy. Where is my girlfriend hiding right now in this creepy room where I totally will not die?
Oops, your girlfriend's dead.
Is my girlfriend a Borg now? I swear to God, there better not be any Borg in this game.
Someone improperly pulled these isolinear chips.
I want to write Borg in the post-TNG era, but I don't ever want to see the Borg in the TNG era ever again. Alright, let's see. Where...
Overused.
Very overused. I would love to write a Borg Roddy storyline.
I'd be curious to explore what would the Borg be like in Discovery era.
Did this.
I would very much like to see an evolved Borg based on what we see in Star Trek Picard. Like, Star Trek Picard Season 2 was not a good season, but the ideas there are interesting. And I would like to explore that, but... Ooh, this is a choice. I'll be an idiot.
Miranda, you in here?
I won't be in. This is probably it. That was probably a dumb move, but we'll see how it goes.
Here's my guess. They're gonna imply that some of those times where we've had people like turn into gods and stuff was because of this empire.
Hello?
Let's make the last outpost good, actually, is like the mandate of this game, apparently. Gonna try and not die. Uh-oh, something was downloaded. Yeah, Rangers did suddenly turn into a... Oh no!
Hey!
Random shadow that I had. Oh, that's definitely my girlfriend.
Sci-fi things suddenly becoming horror at random spots.
Miranda?
Yep.
What the hell are you doing, Carter?
What the hell are you doing?
You almost knocked me to the lower level. What's wrong with you?
What were you doing running from me?
I didn't know it was you. There's no reason for you to be in here.
Why didn't you turn in the ship?
Commander Westbrook said the crystal formation we found in the shuttle never made it to the containment lab.
I don't know why he'd say that. I brought them there myself. Whatever he told you, he got it wrong. All I know is where I left them.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't you answer when I tried you on the comm badge? Or when I called out to you in here?
Suspicious.
Yeah.
I guess I was caught up in my work.
Someone's being very sus.
Now, if
this
we're
is
done here...
very Among Us.
I have to go.
Uh-huh. No.
Do you mind?
Yeah, no.
I'm in the middle of my shift.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
I saw the data terminal and the isolinear chips. Were you copying data? There's no one else in here.
I wasn't. I was just...
Something's up.
I was performing a security sweep of the area.
Uh-huh.
And you didn't see the open terminal? I want a straight answer, Miranda.
Yeah. You're
what
lying
are you doing
on
here?
But
Carter, if things are gonna work out between us, I'm gonna need you to trust me a little more than this.
Ooh, playing the...
Because this is not a good start to a relationship.
Nope.
And I don't get why you're acting this way.
Yeah, you're not being honest. You're not trusting
It's hard
me.
to trust you when you aren't acting like yourself.
I'm not gonna keep explaining myself to you. Especially if you're not gonna listen to my answers.
Yeah, because your answers are BS. Wow.
Etzelar de Diaz. What's the holdup?
All right, yeah, that's some toxic. That's some toxic.
Don't answer that. You and I can work this out. Please.
Let go of me. I'm going to
Yeah,
respond.
screw you. You're.
I can't let you do that.
Oh, here we go.
Etzelar de Diaz. Are you okay?
There we go. Called that shit.
Diaz to Etzelar. I need some help.
Yeah, she's really good at this.
So I see you found each other.
Now, see, this is why you don't send one person by themselves.
You were taking so long, the commander sent us to see what the problem was.
Why are you so angry?
And you said you needed help while we were on the way.
Diaz, you were sent here with specific orders, and fighting your crewmate wasn't one of them.
Why am
What the hell is going on
Why
here?
am I getting some shit on for this?
Let's just let them explain.
I'd like to hear that, because I know what it looks like.
There's something seriously wrong with her. She's not herself, I'm telling you.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Well, for one, she was copying data onto this.
This drive is unauthorized.
There are ISOs all over the floor.
And that's why I was in here, investigating this situation.
Bull.
And when Carter came looking for me, we got our wires crossed. It wasn't anything more than that.
Check the data on this drive. I'm sure it'll show her access codes were used. And there were probably files copied while I was still with you two in engineering.
That makes sense.
Then get someone down here who can prove that. But until then, I have to go.
No, you don't get to go.
I don't know what's going on here, but I think we need to call it into security.
Call security.
She can explain herself in the brig.
Hold on a minute. We don't need to put this on anyone's permanent record. Carter said you're not yourself. If something's wrong with you, we should head to sickbay and the doc will fix you right up.
Yeah, I haven't felt right since I came back from Hotari.
Don't do
I think I should see the doctor.
Yeah, don't do anything that she wants.
You two know her? If you really think she's not well, we can take her to sickbay first. But what I know is this is a security breach.
I'm siding with
we
this
should
dude.
treat it as such.
Please, just let me go see the doctor.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
She
the
did have
opposite
a
of what
bumpy
she
ride
wants
back
right
on the
now.
shuttle.
Oh wow,
This is
I got
Petty
the-
Officer Diaz.
I just got an achievement called Jailer.
I need a
That's
security
so
team to
mean.
deck 5.
This is unbelievable.
I'd say let her go see the doctor. That's just me.
She can see a doctor in the brig, and she also wants to see the doctor, and she has been clearly lying, so I don't want to go with... Like, in most situations, I would say, yes, she should go see the doctor, but considering she wants that, I think that's the game telling me that that is not the thing that I should be doing.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. Christopher says the doctor can make a house. All right, time for some stealth mission. We're visiting the Star Trek caves. Apparently every planet just has the same cave set. I love this what they do. It's like, alright, I'm just gonna wander through these Star Trek caves. I'm on a covert mission, that's why I'm just casually walking through. Yeah, I love that, like, covert mission I just casually walk through. I'm on a covert mission, why would I use my combat? That seems like I don't move. Is the game not gonna let me go? The game's not gonna let me do anything until I...
Brydick here.
This is Ermont. Any trouble getting to the surface?
I'm really starting to miss transporters.
As long as this storm is around, you'd better learn to like shuttles. But if you can find the cause of the interference, we might be able to get back to transporting.
As if I needed another incentive. We both know there's a lot more than that riding on this.
Fair enough. You'll need to get in and out of the mine undetected, so I hope Minister Tylus can help in that regard.
So do I.
And to keep this covert, we'll refrain from contact unless absolutely necessary.
You mean like we're doing right now?
Understood. Rydick out.
Why did we contact each other when I was just on the shuttle? Couldn't we have had this conversation while I was on the shuttle and not risk being detected? Seems like the smart move. Right. Oh, now I can run. I love the game lets me run now. Some awkward stealth mechanics.
Done the first half of scene 2, by the way.
Hell yeah, exciting.
And again, scene 2 is a longer one because
scene 2 is scene 1, scene 2, and then like I think one of the later scenes is the longer one, but the rest are pretty short.
Well, and it's also it's not even about length necessarily in time. It's length in terms of how many shots do I have to do with movement, with significant amounts of movement that aren't people talking. Because there's some shots that there's some scenes that last a while, but it's mostly just talking, and I can easily do some stuff for that. We'll add some background details and things that aren't too hard to animate, but
yeah. Oh,
I saw your shuttle take off.
Sorry, one second.
Hopefully no one else did.
Go back to the race.
It's good to see you.
Oh, are we gonna be lesbians?
Even under these unfortunate circumstances.
Let's go, lesbians.
When you called to give us a scan, it sounded like they caught you.
I want to be in lesbians.
I was worried you'd been hurt.
It was nothing I couldn't handle.
Lead the way. I'll fill you in on what we've learned about the situation.
Also, do these aliens give you like their outfits like give you super Korra vibes?
One second, we can look.
The device Galvin and Sidron brought back from the mines is being used to control some sort of warp disruption weapon that has the Resolute trapped in Hotari's space.
Sir, when I hear
According
Korra,
to our readings,
I think of
the power source.
The best movie ever, Tron Legacy.
I love that's exactly where your mind goes. No, I'm talking about Korra from the Last Airbender.
That device is on this moon at the specific coordinates I sent you.
That sounds impossible. But explains the rumors of the Hotari controlling the ionic storm.
We strongly suspect the device was created by an ancient empire known as the Tucan.
Kinda hot.
The Tucan?
Once the most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
I'm happy for you.
They've been gone for over 600,000 years.
Look, am I attracted to butch femmes? Let me just say that the answer is not no.
If we find hard evidence that Galvin and his allies are hiding dangerous Tucan technology, I can convince the Federation to let us intervene.
Understood.
Listen.
We're almost there.
In the words of definitely a real quote from Spike Spiegel, I just love a woman that can fucking kill me.
Oh god.
Huckey's doing a video on Six of Crows, so we've been talking about Six of Crows stuff and just...
I need to read this book.
I need
to read those books.
She could stab me, I wouldn't care.
Fair.
I want to be clear,
the mine?
My attraction is purely romantic. I am very ace.
Mine is not, because I am very much not ace. I adore ace people. I am not. I am very much not.
Prospect 614 North.
I had to resist the urge of making a dumb joke of when you said lesbians together. I resisted the urge to make a dumb joke. Like, damn, Jessie, that's a forward.
Love it. Let's go, Billy on the street. Let's go, lesbians. That is a fun clip.
Enormous.
Just one of the thousands across Tau. The pride of Hotari.
How do we get inside?
The structure that circles the mine has entry points for transporting equipment into the lower levels. They're guarded, but nothing I can't get past using my authority.
My authority.
Oh, that's good to hear.
I'm glad
As
you
long
have
as you
authority.
can avoid being seen, I should be able to talk my way past any miner. And provide a little distraction for you in the process.
I love it when my space girlfriend can just order people around. It's a little hot. It's a little hot. I really want these two to kiss by the end. I want these two to kiss by the end of this.
How dare you! Unhinged you and I have been on a stream together.
Probably. I want these two to kiss so bad. It's a
Don't you know who I am? Tylus
Tylus,
Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
Oh,
that's
hot.
The Queen would be furious.
Look at her yelling
at
people for me.
The Queen?
She's yelling at people while they're holding the gun. I love
Just
it.
now realize the trouble you've made for yourself?
I love this so
Who exactly do you
much.
think you're going to report this to? Because I'll be reporting it as well.
Why can I try? What's the point of a tricorder right now? What's happening?
Do you understand who pays your wage? I can inform the Queen directly.
I forgot how to scan things. I forgot how to scan things. How do I scan things?
Hold R2?
You should have opened the door.
I'm trying to scan. Yeah, it won't let me.
That's not the protocol. I didn't know you were.
Probably holster.
Oh, I have to go over there.
Processed and permanently marked on your record. Can't believe this. Does your brain function? Do you speak
Does your brain function? I love how long she's just yelling at this poor guy.
Let's get a look inside you.
I've reached the end of my patience.
That's a little unnecessary.
Now. A wise choice.
Why am I not scanning?
Lead the way. Be quick.
Full system access. Let's see if I can just... Bingo.
Ah, that was a lot of work for very little.
Better hurry.
That's my girlfriend.
Not sure how long she can keep him busy.
Definitely not as long as I can keep her busy. Ho-ho! Sorry. Apologies. I am very not a...
Might be rigged to only open for registered users.
You don't have to apologize.
No control panel here. I should take a look with my tricorder. Something in here is keeping that door closed.
Oh, Deshka, thank you. Hope you're doing lovely. I know the world has been, sorry, one second, I'm trading. Has been hard lately, had a bit of money. Aw, well, thank you so much, Deshka. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You are lovely and amazing. I adore you. And good night, Logan Mansion Gaming. And Deshka, sending you all the love. And I hope your artwork was amazing and you got a ton of money from it. And I just, thank you, my friend. Love you. Sorry, I just want to get back. Sorry. This tricorder is not intuitive in terms of how I
Got it.
use it.
Should remove the security check on the door.
Let's see. Oh, I'm glad, Christopher. Welcome. I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself, friend. Mwah. Alright, let's see. Hopefully I got the door. We'll see how this goes. Those are rocks going up. Ooh, it's a beam to the sky. Gotta love our beams to the sky. just gonna run through here with abandon. Not gonna bother about being stealthy. Alright. Oh.
I didn't come here to educate an imbecile on royal protocol.
Of course not,
Minister.
So I will be about my business here, and you will take yourself out of my sight.
My girlfriend is very mean. In the best. In the best way.
There you are.
You really let that guy have it.
You can let
It
me
worked,
have it.
didn't it?
I mean, what?
I'm used to having to throw my weight around.
That's cruel
Hard
of
to
a
get
little.
anyone to listen to
Oh
you
man,
otherwise.
so many choices. I'm impressed.
I'm impressed. I didn't know you had it in you.
There's a lot you don't know about me.
Oh, I would like to get to
Underestimate me,
know.
Earl.
Oh my god, they are so
The
hitting each
catwalks
other.
were booby-trapped.
I love this
Galvin
so
and
much.
Sidron have gone to great lengths to keep out the uninvited. Well, we're inside. Where do you want to start?
The ionic interference is coming from below us. We need to go deeper.
That lift goes down, at least at the changeover station. But we can't use it without DNA authorization from one of the guards.
I have an idea, but
Saying we need some DNA.
we need a few samples of DNA from the miners who work here.
Samples.
Fingerprints, sweat, blood.
Which will trick the
Oh,
machine.
I was thinking of other things. Alright.
That's
I'm
the theory.
sorry.
Let's test it.
I'm a terrible person. I'm a terrible person. Let's see. Where do I scan? Where do I scan? Where do I scan? Do I scan this guy? I'm no Lewis. I deserve a bonk for that. I do deserve a bonk for that.
What's in all these containers?
These contain mining supplies, tools, energy packs for machinery.
Shouldn't mining supplies be inside the mines?
It is troubling. If the workers here aren't mining,
Wow, that is a lot of DNA. I should look for the most concentrated spots.
There's just DNA all over. Dear God, I don't want to know what I'm scanning when I'm scanning DNA in a locker room, apparently.
Hygiene.
I'm just
clearly
saying,
isn't
this
a
is what the
priority
game's
down
doing.
here.
I'm in a locker room right now, and I'm looking for DNA. I'm just explaining what the game is saying. All right? Do not judge me. Let's see. No. I just need a weird. Where's a weird concentration of DNA? Oh, there's some DNA.
Not concentrated enough. I should try somewhere else.
I need more of a concentration.
Leftovers. I should give this a scan.
Oh, I'm just scanning people's leftovers. That's funny.
There's gotta be stable DNA here.
This feels so... I feel like this isn't... I feel like I should not be doing this. What a weird aspect. This is scan some people's half-eaten food. Is like literally what it's asking.
That's a
right now.
stable DNA sample. It's only partial, but a few more should do it.
There's a thing.
I can use this. Good. That's another I can use. Just need one more sample.
One more sample. Alright, what can I scan? More things to see.
Not enough.
Oh
Gotta
God.
keep looking.
Getting DNA in the locker room, that takes me back. Oh boy. Oh boy. Love it. Alright, let's see.
this'll work.
What? I'm sorry, what am I scanning right now? Okay. Alright, game. Sure. Okay, saliva. Residual oil. Detected the presence of salad shred. What were people doing on this console? There's skin and saliva and oil deposits? Uh-huh. Okay.
Perfect. That's enough to make the DNA profile.
I'm just saying this.
Time to go back to the lift.
That's the game. This game has made some choices.
You're not coming inside?
There are some things I'd rather not smell.
Ah.
Wow, this game is not being subtle at all. Some people boned on that console. I'm just gonna say it. Some people had sex on that console. That was what was happening. I'm not judging, but it's what happened. It's like not a judge at all.
Theory proven.
I'll get it started.
Ready?
What if we kissed on the console?
We banged at the console in the commissary? Like, what?
Yeah, quite apparently so. Apparently so. Yeah, sex in Star Trek Resurgence video when, Jessie.
I'm a little afraid of what we might find down there.
We'll be okay. I've survived worse than this.
I mean, we just survived something already a little bit more interesting.
Put my faith in you. For now.
Put my faith in you too. Let's head to the weird big
Jara. Stay back. There's a guard at the station. We'll have to hide.
I am not hitting that.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
You watch your tone with me. I'm Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs. I speak for the Queen herself.
This is a restricted area. No one gains access without the approval of Galvin or Sidron.
Wait.
US Gawad Abawencha.
Phaser it.
Are you alright?
I don't know.
Are you injured?
No,
Yeah. You don't attack. You don't. You don't hurt
talk
my
my way
girlfriend.
through like always. I'd be fine. But I'm a diplomat. This isn't what I do. I've never even fired a weapon. This is just. It's real now. I wasn't ready for this.
Tylus, you can do this.
I don't see what you're basing that on.
All you've shown me so far is an iron-willed determination to save your people. I don't expect that's changed.
Yeah, these two need to kiss right now.
No. No, it hasn't. My authority has never been challenged like that. It meant nothing to him.
So we should assume any Hatari we encounter from here on can't be reasoned with.
Agreed.
We phaser
the
them
only
to hell.
loyalty they have down here
what?
is to Galvin and Sidron.
Can you switch over the lift?
Guard should have a scan card that will allow us to operate the switch.
Very conveniently right there.
Got it.
He's not dead, is he? He's still one of my people, and I didn't come here to take Otari lives.
My phaser's set to stun. He'll be perfectly fine, just unconscious for a while.
My phaser was set to stun.
I see.
My
We
phaser
don't
is
have
now
that
set
sort
to
of
stun.
technology on our weapons.
Good to know.
More like your phaser's set to stunning.
Ha-ho! Alright. I think with that, I'm going to pause and end there because I'm starting to get a bit tired and hungry. So I think I'm gonna wrap. I think I'm gonna wrap there. Everybody, love you all and adore you all, and thank you all for hanging out and dealing with me being very much what's allosexual, right? Is that
allosexual? Yes.
Adore you all, and you are lovely. Take care of yourselves. Just to give announcements, there's not going to be any video this week, but the aim is to have a video next week. I'm finishing up some stuff this week, so there will hopefully be a video next week. But nothing tomorrow, but next week there'll be some stuff, and a sort of bigger video. And then my big video with Aeronaut here, we're doing our Star Wars one, will be coming next month. So love you all, everybody, and I hope you all taking care of yourselves and stay safe, and I hope you all have a happy Pride. I know the world is a bit rough right now, so just make sure you're all taking care of yourself, and I love and adore you all. Mwah.